everybody, and welcome to the broadcast with Amanda, Shandy, and Colleen. My name is Colleen.
My name is Amanda.
And I'm Shandy.
Welcome to the show, everybody. This is Season 8, Episode 8, number 323. Woo! Which, if you add that together, that also equals 8. Crazy.
Woo.
Ooh. The one with all the 8s.
The one with all the 8s.
Lucky 8.
Lucky 8. Magic 8 ball. Could do this all night, but I'm not going to. How's it going, everyone?
Good.
Yeah, I'm here.
We're here. Here we are. I'm a little more awake than I was when we started the bonus show.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Right.
For anybody that's a patron bonus level out there, we just did a bonus episode that should be up on the feed now. We did some Mad Libs again, and one of them was to I Will Survive. And I think it's pretty funny.
And it's a true delight.
So check that out. A couple of real quick housekeeping notes off the top this week. We will not have a new show next week that we're recording. I'm going to try to get a bloopers episode out sometime next week. Let me look at the calendar. That would be September 8th. So somewhere between the 8th and the 11th. I'm going to aim to try to have that done.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. Okay. How's it going? How's it going since I talked to you guys 30 seconds ago?
Oh, very much the same.
Sounds
The little girl's
promising.
asleep now, so I guess it is a
Oh,
little different.
Yeah.
That is good. That is good. I'm happy for you. Do you have any potty training updates for us?
Time to listen to wine. About body training, apparently. No, it actually wasn't that bad. For day one, I feel like we netted out pretty pretty right in the middle. We got some in the potty and some on the floor. Only had to clean poop up off the floor twice.
Whoa.
First day, I feel like that's not
That's
so
pretty good.
bad.
Yeah.
2 times on the floor, once in the pot. I feel like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did
I don't
she
know anything
make
to base
it
it off of. I've never done this before, so I don't know if that's good or bad.
Did she
The
make
book
it
said
to
if you don't feel demoralized, you're on the right track, and I don't
Do you feel demoralized?
No. If you feel hopeful after day one, then it went okay for you. So I think it went okay for me.
Excellent. And that's really all we can ask for nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Do I want to ask, did she make it to the bathroom each time?
Sometimes no.
All right.
But I suppose that is the point, right? Because you're
Yeah.
supposed to they're supposed to connect that the feeling, instead of just you just leaving them on the toilet until they
Right.
go, that doesn't
Right.
teach them as quickly as letting
Yeah.
them pee and then get them to where they need to be, because you're trying to get them to notice the symptoms and to be able to connect the dots before the inciting incident. Yeah,
Right.
because
Yeah, that makes
I read half of one book and now I'm an expert.
You are.
Didn't even finish the book, guys.
But it's only day one. You've got 2 more days.
Yeah. It's like I was reading the book last night and I'm like, okay, how you should do this. Read this book 2 weeks before you start. Well, failed step 1. Just gonna wing it. We're doing it live.
Doing it live. Potty training live.
Yeah. So I don't know. If any listeners out there have advice of, things that they did that they found successful, we're all ears.
Yeah, holler at her.
Yeah, I'm not the first person in the world to have ever done this, so, give us your suggestions and recommendations and your funny poop stories. It would be nice to not feel alone, the only one cleaning up poop.
Yes. You are not alone.
Yeah.
I am here with you. Okay, no, we're ready for the song portion of the night. Well, good luck, Amanda. I look
Thanks.
forward to 2 weeks from now hearing the update again.
Thanks. Yeah.
Shandy, I know you had a big weekend.
We finally got out of town over the weekend. Went hiking out past Asheville. in Hot Springs, North Carolina, which is funny because there's a town in Montana called Hot Springs also. So,
I'm assuming that it's a little bit different. Is it much different?
well, here's what I'll say about Hot Springs, North Carolina. Apparently, it's the only town that the Appalachian Trail actually goes like right through.
Really?
That was very exciting. And it's a very cute mountain town. I really liked it. Obviously, we didn't do the hot springs because it's 1,000,000 degrees outside, but I had like looked into this town before, and what I will say in terms of differences is the hot springs aspect of it is very different in Hot Springs, Montana. And I think that it's because hot springs are just like so much more prevalent in Montana that you kind of just can't do it the way that they do. You have to reserve like in advance, and it's like $50
Really?
an hour if you're going to use their hot springs. I think you get like a $10 discount if you're staying there. But like so either $40 or $50 for an hour. I can't even imagine being like in advance being like, okay, so I'm going to go soak from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock and like reserving it and paying $40 fucking dollars. I think that's per person also. Which is just totally wild.
That is wild. That is wild.
But when that's like the only hot springs in the state, then you kind of can.
Yeah, that's true too. And is it run by the state or was it like privately owned?
Oh, I think it's a private company.
Okay, that also makes sense. I mean, so it's not even like going
after all.
Yeah, it's not even going to like a good cause, which is like state parks.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, if we can privatize it, we will.
And the place is super cool. Like I mean, like definitely going back, but that part was just like, oh yeah, okay,
yeah.
But the hiking was great. It was really fun. Like you in town, like you can see signs in the sidewalk for the AT, and then like we hiked, technically on the Appalachian Trail.
That's super cool
for a couple of miles, but like very cool. Yeah, that was fun.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah, it was great.
Nice. Well, that's awesome. And you'll be back in Asheville again in a month.
Indeed.
Hooray!
Is Hot Springs is around the same area?
It's like maybe 45 minutes past Asheville. It's like less. It's like less than that in miles, I think. But it's it's like getting up into the mountains. So you
have to drive around and all that, right?
Yeah.
Just what my parents were saying when they drove back from. They were in. Where were they in? Greenville, South Carolina, and they went to hike something in Boone, I think it was. And when they were driving along, the road goes back and forth, so it would be winding in and out through Tennessee and North Carolina right along the border.
Wow.
Which is really cool.
That's wild.
And they did say that like it's not a straight line because you're going through the mountains. What could be a mile by the crow's fly, it's like 20 minutes to drive to it. Yeah.
Totally. Right. Yeah. I think we technically set foot in Tennessee on one of the hikes also. But yeah, it's definitely right up there by the border. But I will say, even though the hot springs are expensive, like the town itself, it doesn't feel like it's become overrun with like, money.
Yeah.
It's still like just very down to earth. So yeah, nice. Super cute, fun town.
That is cool.
Yeah,
that sounds really fun.
I love me a good mountain town.
I know you do.
Oh, and we saw an osprey, which was cool.
Ooh.
They're so pretty.
Yeah. There's a river, the French Broad River. I think that's how it's pronounced. And it's like right there. It goes through town. And we went swimming a couple of times. I've never experienced a mountain river that was so warm. It was incredible. It was really nice. Not like hot springs warm, I don't think. But
right,
like,
but you would
I don't think that's why
they're cold. Yeah.
Yeah, you think like usually rivers are cold, and then you figure you're in the mountains. But no, it was really pleasant. Very nice.
Excellent. Someday, I don't know when, I'm gonna do all those things too. I mean, obviously, I know when I'm finally going to Asheville for the first time, but I am looking forward to. The problem is, I don't live with people that are into climbing mountains or nature or mean, Zachary loves going to Umstead camp and doing that stuff, but like at the end of the day, he wants to come home and sleep inside. And he doesn't, the idea of like climbing mountains, Alex would be into it, but Alex is too, he's young still. He wouldn't, he has physical limitations, even though he is very athletic. He has physical limitations for being 5. So someday when he's older and we start doing like, individual weekends with the kids, then I'm going to make Alex my mountain buddy. Hopefully he'll still want to do it.
Yeah. Just, you got plenty of time to like lay the track.
Exactly. Otherwise, I don't know. Maybe one week when the kids are tracked out and they're not here, I'll take a couple of days and just go hike by myself someplace that's very well traversed.
Exactly. That was going to be my next suggestion. Just have a solo trip.
Yes. We all know I love doing shit. For somebody that's so extroverted, I love doing shit on my own, mainly because I can do things like geocache on my own and explore things.
Yeah.
And I can do it on my own slow snail's pace time because I like to, or as fast as I want to. I mean, really, the world is mine.
Right.
The world is your oyster.
You don't have to answer to anyone else's hopes and desires.
I mean, you could do a trip to just like we did. We stayed in one of the cabins.
Oh, cool.
It's like, primitive cabins. Ours actually had a shower and a toilet, so it's pretty nice. But like nothing else, and they're very small. But I love cabins for that, like in between of like.
Yeah.
Right. Not quite glamping, but not a tent either.
Yeah.
So you could do that and stay there and then go hike on the trails around, Yeah.
I've got years to look at. I don't think climate change is going to come for the Appalachian or Asheville, the Blue Ridge Mountains. Is that what that mountain range is? The Blue Ridge Mountains?
I think so. It's like right by there. Yeah. So probably. Yes.
I think climate change might spare us sooner. It's coming from Florida first. Florida.
There was yes.
Maybe you get 15 years instead of 5.
Exactly.
There was an article. There was an article today that I sort of just perused a little bit. That was talking about how there was a lot of increase in forest fires, and to expect more, even in the Northeast.
Oh, boo.
And for sure the Southeast, but so that was kind of sad. But Yep. But you still got time.
I still have time. Hey, we skipped over something very amazing that happened this past week. Donald Trump's mugshot. Anybody?
True, gosh. True. So scary.
So scary.
He looks evil, right?
He really does. Really.
I mean, if the shoe fits, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the clip of Jesse Waters talking about him on the 5 or whatever it is, that show that he does?
No, I've actually been blissfully not as on social media the past week or so. So I feel like I've missed a lot of the memeable moments.
Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. It's an 8-second clip.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see that?
Yes.
This may be the most. This sums up Republicans and Trump. Okay, so he's asked about Trump's mugshot.
I am now going to book the Fulton County photographer for my Christmas card. Because, Judge, and I say this with a unblemished record of heterosexuality, he looks good. And he looks hard. And
hard to look at.
Good.
He looks hard.
He looks like tough. He looks
right.
Good.
No, I know.
Well, I mean, he really chose the wrong word when he prefaced it by making sure everyone knows that he's not gay. Right. Then you just called the man hard. But
right. I say this with an unblemished record of heterosexuality.
Unblemished.
Dude, what is wrong with you?
I think he's I've never even done just the tip.
And all that, so he can just tell. I mean, what's honestly has to be a bold-faced lie, which is a bald-faced lie.
A bald-faced lie.
Is it bald-faced or bold-faced?
It's a bold-faced
bold
lie.
It's a bold-faced. Okay, okay, that's what I said first, and then I hesitated.
I mean, in this case, it'd be like a comb-over face.
Comb-over lie.
A comb-over face lie, right?
Yes,
That would be what this is?
yes.
Yes.
That's blonde or strawberry comb-over lie.
That I guess it's blonde. I mean, it's not straight white. Like, I'll give him
Well,
that.
no, but
Not
I mean,
straight
because that's
white.
what he said. That's what he filled out on his paperwork. Yeah.
He also said, as we all know, 2'15" and 6'3". Astonishing. Truly. I would love to fill out. If I ever have to, I would love to self-report all of my things from now on.
Right.
Yeah, right. But I just want to point out, I mean, and this, obviously, like, everyone knows this, so I'm just, I don't know, I don't even know why I'm saying it, but, like, hair is not strawberry. It can be strawberry blonde, but it is not strawberry.
Right. It's not.
Did he say blonde, strawberry?
I believe what I heard on the news when they were reading it off was blonde or strawberry.
Or
I think there was
strawberry,
like an
okay.
or something, which was also like,
because if it was
Well, to be
comma.
fair,
Fun.
that it's entirely possible that's what it says on the box that he uses. So, you know, just honest mistake. Honest mistake. You know,
man,
all
just
those
spitting
hair
truth
color
here.
boxes are very clever with their naming conventions, and he just got a little confused.
yeah.
Happens
You
to
are-
the best of us.
You make a great point, Amanda.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Yeah.
that. Okay, and then I don't know if you guys, one more thing regarding this. I don't know if you guys listened to the most recent episode of Pod Save America. With
I'm
Tommy
like halfway
and-
through it right now.
Yeah, no, I think I'm behind.
Okay, so they play a game at the end, and it's called "The Price Is Wrong, Bitch" in honor of Bob Barker.
Oh my god!
Oh, which
Sorry,
another
did you guys
big
see
moment. Oh,
I
no,
did.
Yeah, I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Go, continue.
He died at 99. He went
Yeah.
as close to 100 without
Yeah.
going
Without
over.
going over
I love
Hashtag
that
the
so
universe.
much. So much.
so much.
I mean, also R.I.P., but I love that so much.
I know, I love
I mean,
that too.
And
what
stay
a
into
delight,
your
'cause I thought he
pets,
had
people.
already passed away, so it was actually just a real
did
delight to know that
too.
he had been alive and
I
like
did
just
too.
died.
You're like, oh, people retire, right? Okay.
Right.
The fact that he was gone, I thought that he was dead.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
I had
right,
the same moment.
yeah.
Well, anyway, on the most recent episode, they play a game called "The Price Is Wrong, Bitch," and essentially, it is Hallie is giving Tommy and the guests a bunch of merchandise celebrating, but it's like from the Republican side, like merchandise
Oh,
for Trump's arrest, right?
Right.
And
Oh,
you have to guess how much the price is on
Wow.
it. All right. Well,
Without
one of
going
the things
over?
without going over.
Mhm.
And okay, one of the things that they talk about, they actually all were like, actually, we would get this too. This is pretty awesome. So I looked it up and I found it, and it is a shirt
Mhm.
with Lindsay Lohan's mugshot, Donald Trump in the middle, and Paris Hilton, and it's called the Bad Girls Club.
That is actually very funny. They all have the same hair color, so maybe strawberry is a real color.
Right? Incredible.
I
Wait,
love it.
they're selling that?
Somebody
who
is
is-
selling that.
Yeah, who is selling this? I'm curious
This-
to know.
I think it's just those random sites like Zazzle and whatever that you can like put your own shit up. This is from a site called X Frog Clothing.
I need to know who's profiting off of this.
Yeah.
Well, this
Because
guy-
I mean, they would never, if you know, the fucking news, and I use that in quotes, the news
Mm.
guy has to make sure everyone knows that he is totally straight. You know, like the Trump team would
Jesse
never
Waters. That's
use-
right. But
yeah.
guys.
The
That's
Trump
But
team would
also
never
there's
use
trouble.
would never identify him as a girl. You know.
Mm.
That's the guy who, you know who this guy is. He's the one that admitted on air that while he was still married, he wanted to get with this other woman that was working there. So he let the air out of her tires so he could drive her home. This is a story that he told on live TV. And his mom is a massive liberal, and she calls into his show pretty regularly to yell at him and tell him to stop being a piece of shit and stop lying to people. And he just takes
And make
it
your bed.
Yes. all like my mom thinks it's so funny when his mom calls in, even though she's, saying things that my mom doesn't believe in, but like, it's like a big thing. Like, and apparently his mom legitimately gets mad at him. And it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? This is not true.
She's
And
like,
yeah,
I created
I
a
mean-
monster.
Right. It must be very difficult to be just like truly disappointed in your child.
Yeah.
It must be very, very hard for her.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Oh.
good times.
Oh my word. Oh my
Oh.
word.
Oh, my Lanta. Anyway, Jesse Waters, I believe, is also the person that took over Tucker Carlson's 8 o'clock time slot or 9 o'clock time slot, whatever it is. So really, that's the best they think they're working with.
Yeah.
A creeper who admitted on air to letting his woman he wanted to date tires out. Weirdo. Okay. So in that case, yes, Jesse Waters, you are the asshole.
Yeah.
All right.
I could think of a couple of other words to describe that behavior. That's fucked up.
Truly.
It's fucked up. And you can Google that that clip is one of those clips the internet has on hand at any time because it is wild. Just because he says it with a straight face and the conservative women he's sitting with, even them, they're looking around, they're like, this is fucked up. Is this guy saying this on air?
Right.
Yeah.
Like literally the part you don't say out loud.
Yeah. Like,
You
were you
know.
going to take her home and make a skin suit afterwards? Like,
Right.
this is not-
So he's now married to that woman.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, that must have been a fun night. Like, could you just imagine like what that conversation was like? Or maybe it wasn't. Like, literally, if you married that person, like,
Exactly. She
where
probably,
are your scruples? Like,
yeah.
Yes. You know what? Actually, it's a 30-second long clip. Let's go for it. Let's just
All right,
do
go
it,
for
and
it.
then we're gonna move on. Why not? We've set
sure,
this up
we're
so
just-
much.
Yeah.
Here we go.
When I was trying to get Emma to date me, first thing I did, let the air out of her tires. She couldn't go anywhere. She needed a lift. I said, hey, you need a lift? She copped right in the car.
Does she know this story?
No, she doesn't know the story.
Does she watch the
Now she
show?
does.
The Jesse
watching
Jr.
the
does.
show?
Yeah.
Basically, the Zodiac killer.
It has a happy ending. Happy
Oh,
ending.
Blonde
isn't that funny? Gosh, that's hilarious.
Really do that?
Look,
Is that
the women
first time
like
you
that.
did it, or did you use that?
Okay, Judge Janine is so drunk she doesn't know what she's laughing at. But that blonde woman sitting next to him looks so uncomfortable. Like, note how she's just not reacting.
Before.
It works like a charm.
Oh, okay. Kathy Lee Gifford joins us now.
Yeah, that's a thing that somebody did. I'm pretty sure he was married at the time.
I have no words. Words.
I know.
It's not even worth wasting the words. Like, it's
Right? That's like
some
worse
people
than
are
negging.
just some people are just shitty human beings.
Yep. All right. Let's move on to something more fun. All right. So we have an unintentional Am I the Asshole? So, okay. I'm sorry. I had these leftovers from last week. I know. I try to not do things 2 weeks in a row. I try to switch it up, but I'm sorry, guys. So I have one that Jessica sent me. You know what? Actually, we have another feedback. Why don't I do this one that Jessica sent? She said that she saw George Takei share it, and it would be perfect for us.
Okay.
So we're going to go with that. Thank you, Jessica, for this wonderful Am I the Asshole? All right. Am I the asshole for asking my sister what the fuck she expected to happen at her shit show of a bachelorette party? Are we ready?
Go
Let's
on.
do it.
For some reason, my female 32 sister, 23, and her fiance, 25, decided that the very best way to celebrate before getting married was to have a joint bachelor/bachelorette party at strip clubs. They also hired a bus limo for the evening. The aftermath was, thus far, 3 breakups, 4 people dropping out of the wedding party, 1 impending divorce, and 1 arrest. The cleaning bill for the limo was more than the original rental fee.
Who are these people?
I don't know. Is that what happens when 20-something-year-olds go to strip
Like,
clubs?
seriously, you all can't hold, like, what?
Okay. She was crying to our mom at dinner the other day, and I snorted. I tried not to. I honestly did. I was trying my best to just keep my mouth shut. She asked me what was so funny. I said I wasn't sure what she expected to happen, getting a group of people drunk, using illicit substances, and getting horned up watching exotic dancers. She said that I was an asshole for judging her and her friends. I said I wasn't judging, just that literally anybody could have foreseen that outcome. My mom told me to apologize because my sister is having to replace most of her wedding party on the fly. I apologize, but I still think I'm right. Am I the asshole? No.
No.
I don't know. That's like every single bachelor party. So I don't know why
I don't know. There were strip clubs at the last bachelorette party I was with, and we were in bed by 12:30 every night. Thank you.
Yep.
But then again, we're olds, and they were 23.
No, I don't know what the fuck that they did, but I don't think the fact that they went to a strip club was the problem.
No.
No, I think that it's the fact that they couldn't handle their shit.
Yeah. And I think that if you're having to replace half of your bridal party, then maybe those bonds weren't very deep in the first place. I'm at a loss as to what actually happened.
Right. And I'm just like so curious about the makeup of the totality of the bridal party. That like all the,
But I don't think the party itself, like, they went to a strip club. That's what all dudes usually do. I mean, all dudes, whatever.
Right. But it
not
was
hashtag not all dudes.
It was a co-ed. It was
and
the
it was a
entire
co-ed
bridal party, right? Like, are we understanding that correctly?
Yeah.
Like,
That's
I love the idea
understanding.
that they did a co-ed thing. I mean, strip club not my thing, but if they wanted to go there, why not?
So
Maybe
she
pipe
was-
down on some of the illicit substances, but I also feel like that's probably fairly common.
See, I don't. If
It does
she
feel a little
was-
bit judgy, honestly.
she's if she's saying like, what could you expect? Because it's in the like it's she's basing it on real life events. I don't. For the record, Reddit declared her the asshole in the situation.
Vindicated.
But like, okay, and to be fair, like theoretically, she knows all the people involved, whereas we do not. So I feel like, for us, we'd sort of be like, yeah, sure, benefit of the doubt. Like, we don't know these people. But the fact that she does, like, would lead me to think that she's like, sure, being judgy, but like also maybe basing her judgment in like a little bit of understanding of the situation.
Well, she's not
Right.
explaining it very well then.
Is it so? There are updates through. I clicked on the comments she made, so she does have updates. Is it better or worse that she's her sister and she can say things to her that a friend might not say? Like, I would never say that to a friend. Like, what did you expect? But I don't know if I was feeling. I don't know.
I wouldn't say it to my sister either.
But I think that is accurate. I think like not all, because again, not all people, but like I think some familial relationships are like that. That like you would say something to your sibling that you wouldn't say to a friend. Like I think that is like a real impulse.
Yeah, maybe it's an Italian thing because we just basically say whatever we think.
Maybe. Or maybe it's just the nature of their relationship. Maybe it's the nature of her personality and how, like.
But
yeah,
I don't understand. I don't quite understand the comment because clearly, like, they went way too ham. The people in attendance. But like, what about the premise of the party is the problem?
She's not telling about the strip club. She's saying
right.
This is what happens when you get people like super drunk and give them drugs and then take them to a place that is known for being like highly charged in general, like whether
so
it's
it is
like,
partially the strip club though.
But she's not judging her for it being the strip club. She's saying the way I'm interpreting it is she's saying the strip club is just one of many factors. Like people go to a strip club, but maybe it's not like a giant group where they're also doing drugs and getting so wasted that they're wrecking a limo.
To me, it kind of does sound a bit like the perfect storm of like the location, the substance, and the group of people involved.
I don't know. I mean, I've only been to strip clubs a very limited number of times, but I have not been sober.
But did you go with a group that was looking
Well,
to
with a
get
group
fucked up
of
and party.
yeah, kind of. But
Hmm.
there were
Right,
not drugs
like,
involved, so maybe that
right.
was our saving grace.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right, but like I think we're fairly in agreement that there was probably a scenario of this with like different people where the outcome would be different. I don't think we're saying that like every group co-ed bachelor party that goes to a strip club with drugs involved ends in such mayhem, but like
Well, do you guys want to hear some of the answers that she's
sure,
explained some of the
I
things
want to
that
know
went down?
more. I want to know more specifics about these
Yeah.
people. I'm so very curious.
Okay. So the divorce was a result of a married bridesmaid having a threesome with 2 groomsmen. Neither were her husband. And this wasn't the first time she'd cheated. She also dropped out of the wedding. One of those groomsmen dropped out, and her husband, who was also a groomsman, also dropped out.
I feel like the bachelorette party is not responsible for that.
But that was my other question. Like, how many of these groomsmen and bridesmaids were couples themselves, like coming into this event?
I don't know. Let me read further down because I haven't come across that yet. But maybe it's in here. The maid of honor and my cousin got together on the limo bus, and her boyfriend, so the cousin's boy or the maid of honor's boyfriend, got arrested while trying to break into the bus to stop them from hooking up. The maid of honor dropped out. Her boyfriend did get arrested, and our cousin is no longer welcome at the wedding.
Oh shit. See, this is not the result of going to a strip club. This is a result of like deeper things.
Like just some messy
Well,
humans.
clearly,
Yeah.
nobody's
The
saying that
mess-
it's the strip
No, it's not the
club,
strip
they-
club's fault. It's this collection of messy ass humans.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
They are so messy.
Yeah.
We were lucky that by the time the cops showed up, everything illegal had been taken, eaten, ingested, or swallowed. I stayed mostly sober and stayed with my sister all night so she could party and not do anything too stupid. My husband also attended. I tasked him with keeping an eye on the groom. He decided to the best way to keep the groom out of trouble was to get him drunk, which worked out. So I guess they must have just hung out at the bar and whatever. The bus limo came out as the worst victim in the whole debacle. It needs biohazard cleanup and maybe some upholstery replaced. My dad is pissed. She also said that is wild. These are very, very messy people. Holy crap.
Yeah, I think it's just the combination of these people. It's not real.
Yeah.
The circumstances could have been totally different.
Right. Which is also why I think that she is not the asshole, because she probably, knowing these people, was like, why did you plan this for your event?
Well, and maybe that's the disconnect here, is at least the way that I was understanding it was her being like, what did you expect when you have your joint bachelorette party at a strip club with alcohol and drugs, when it's really like, what did you expect when you put these people together
With
who
alcohol
clearly
and
like
drugs.
are itching for some
Right.
strange and like on the verge of divorce anyway.
Right. See, I think that's how I was interpreting it. That like she has some like baseline understanding of this collection of humans, and like why would you choose this for your bachelorette party? Like,
but it doesn't matter because it's the combination, not the circumstances, right?
Sandy,
like
that's
it's the
right.
people.
But would the outcome have been different if they picked a different activity?
Like if they went
I
bowling.
mean, is there like is there a sober bachelorette party scenario? Like
I don't know. Again, I don't know these people, but I'm wondering if perhaps, they went like, they took some E and went drunkenly bowling. Like, would they all, like, would it have been different? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe. Like,
they might have been fucking in the safety lanes. We don't know this.
Right.
But...
We don't know this. We don't know these people.
But clearly they are messy people. Couple more updates, because Shandy, this one person did point out in the comments, and she responds to this. That's why I have it. Is there anything other than the overall party plan that made this likely to be a mess? Did they buy a bunch of coke and order sex workers too? Because there's no actual reason a group of adults can't go to a strip club, get tipsy, have a nice time, and not descend into chaos.
100%.
Right.
I like that.
That is also a true statement.
Yeah.
Descent into chaos. She said there were no sex workers involved. The maid of honor and her boyfriend did not end up breaking up. The bridesmaid that had the threesome she was in an Eiffel Tower with one of the groomsmen, which
Oh
is two naked guys high-fiving with a naked woman at the base. I've never heard of that. I just learned that today.
Huh. This,
Um,
imagine Eiffel.
Yeah, it's like an Eiffel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or really, it's more just kind of like a triangle.
Well, I guess you know what? Yeah, probably. I got nothing.
No, because there's the base.
Yeah.
Yeah, triangles have a base.
Right.
No,
yeah.
but below there's
Right.
the bottom of the triangle is not the same as the.
It's actually more like a letter A.
Exactly.
Really.
Exactly. Which is this is the shape of the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
She also said that bridesmaid and the one groomsman dropped out. The groomsman, the other groomsman in that group has no fucks to give and will be attending.
Nice.
And then she did say that the wedding was, and her sister. Okay, so one of the comments here she says is, she apologized to her sister because she was told she was the asshole, and she sent her sister the Reddit thread, and her sister was giggling at a lot of the comments. So she was happy that people were dragging her for saying that. Yeah, she said, my sister has been reading these comments and giggling, and that the wedding was not very uneventful. No one, went nuts, and so sorry.
I also wonder how many of these people knew each other before the event. I feel like when you're like
a lot of them, right?
I mean, yes and no.
You
I feel like
think?
I've been in bridal parties where like I didn't know any of the groomsmen. I
Oh,
knew,
yeah,
or
that's
I knew
fair.
like
Yeah.
some of the bridesmaids, but like depending on
Yeah.
the makeup of who someone chooses to be in their bridal party, like you're not always the same group of friends.
Yeah. She did say somewhere, now I can't find it, that it happened in North Florida. Oh, here it is.
Of course it did.
I mean, not again to lean into stereotypes, but I mean, we're here. Let's talk about it. Unreal.
Yeah. All right. So that was quite the story. Thank you, Jessica, for that.
Because the after party was at Floribama.
Amazing. Okay. I have other things for future weeks, and we will why don't we take our break, and then we'll come back, we'll do some feedback, and we'll call it in August.
Fantastic. In August. Wow,
All right, we are back and we're ready to get into the feedback. You know what? We don't have any feedback because it was my bad that I posted this episode very, very late and then solicited for feedback about 2 hours before we started recording. So sorry about that, guys. Let's do things a little out of order. Let's just do the That's What She Said now, since we've got 2 weeks to catch up on it.
All right.
Okay.
You shouldn't have said that. You could have just saved it and tried to do it later.
We did Barbie at 1:40.
Are you going to come? Do you think we can do this? Sounds like that bachelorette party limo.
If I was getting it, I would have gotten it.
We would have loved to have included more people, but the space could only hold so many.
It twists at the front. Who knew?
If somebody's letting you eat it, you do it.
Really glad I did it. I'm very tired.
That was a bit of surge.
I thought I was going to be in and out.
I was stabbed once by someone else in France. Oh, swabbed. I was swabbed.
Yeah,
once.
that's why I'm laughing.
I was like, who said that? I know.
I know,
haven't been
that's why I was
stabbed
like,
in France. She says casually.
Right? That's why I thought it was funny. It's like I went very like Arrested Development with it.
Michael.
Right?
I'm sure you're going to bill me for all this.
The competition is on. Which broad is going to get it for a second time?
I didn't realize it was out already.
Last September, he went and filmed it.
Buckle up. We're going on a journey together.
By my count, there were 3.
They are very sensitive.
The men got a happy ending-ish too.
I did not know what time we could actually realistically start.
While you were holding the hose, you were doing squats.
What was that from?
I don't know. Oh,
Me.
from me, quote unquote, working out
Oh.
when I was watering.
Ah, yeah.
Yes.
There
okay.
it is. There it is.
Me, who has been wanting it the most for the longest.
You'll get there with the cardio.
I have huge holes.
Matrix size holes.
I don't know how he got there.
We can do one more real quick if you want to.
Thanks for the tip.
I have that one on my phone. I loved that one so much.
Thank you, Matt. We appreciate it.
That's
Super
good
sized. That's what she said.
Some real gems.
All right. Real gems. We have 2 emails. One is from Randy and the other one is from Matt. Let's start with Randy's, which is titled, Was I Almost the Asshole?
Mhm.
Does anybody want to read it? Or you want me
I can
to?
read it.
Okay, cool.
All right, Randy writes in, Hi, broads. Was I almost the asshole? Your recent discussions on requested seat swapping on flights made me chuckle, and it really hit home. Earlier this year, I was flying back to the States from New Zealand. I flew from Auckland to San Francisco, and my next connecting flight was San Francisco to Chicago, which is about 4.5 hours. My flights were planned and booked over 7 months in advance. I was all buckled into my coveted preferred window seat. The flight was very full, but there were a few scattered empty seats. A couple who were probably 30 to 45 years old approached me. Apparently, they had the open middle seat next to me and the open middle seat in the row in front of me. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, I know where this is going.
The guy asked me if I would switch to the middle. How can you even ask? Like, especially just for a couple to be together?
Yeah.
Right, there's no children involved.
Yeah.
4.5 hour flight.
Yeah. Ugh. The guy asked me if I would switch to the middle seat in the row in front of me so they could sit together. He said he would buy me a drink if I did. Honey, the seat costs more than...
No.
Yeah. Now, there were no kids involved, just the couple. If it did involve a kid, I would gladly switch. But it was just 2 grown-ass adults. I really did not want to switch to a middle seat, especially after the previous 13-hour flight from Auckland. Plus, I had another flight after this one. I could care less about the drink. I typically don't drink on airplanes, and it kind of irritated me that they thought a bribe of a drink would work. I had planned this trip far in advance, and I don't get why 2 adults have to sit together in the situation. True story. I really didn't want to switch, but a zillion scenarios quickly ran through my mind, and recalled the broads talking about such things in their readings of Am I the Asshole? I figured it's a no-win situation. If I say no, then I'm going to be the asshole no matter what. We're telling you, Randy, that you would not be.
No, you stand up for yourself.
Yes. The details and context doesn't matter. I'm going to be the asshole. So in the end, I decided to say yes. You are a nicer person. Yeah. No. Next time, don't. I mean, do whatever you want, but I switched seats and squeezed into my middle seat for my connecting flight to Chicago. They were thankful and offered to buy me drinks several times, but I declined. I just said no problem, but I really would have preferred my window seat. I was irritated on the inside. I guess I was almost the asshole. No, Randy.
No.
I don't think you were the asshole.
So wait, were you sitting in front of them? And if so, I hope you reclined your seat all the way back.
Oh, hell yes.
All the way back.
Yes. Oh,
did you pay for that window seat? Because like that, I don't know. I mean that was
certainly.
very nice of you.
If you booked his flight 7 months in advance.
And I mean, honestly, like, even if you didn't have to pay for it, if like you reserved your seat a long time in advance, you prefer window seats, that's what you took. I mean, I wouldn't even think of asking somebody to switch seats with, like, if like Frank and I were in that situation, if I didn't have as good a seat or better, to switch with the person. Like if it was like, like a window seat in aisle 22 and I wanted the window seat in aisle 23, that's fair to ask. But like windows, aisles, middle seats, there we go. That's
Right.
Nobody wants to sit in the middle.
No.
No. Well, and also, so you're adults. You can't sit apart for
Right.
4.5 hours. Come on.
Because you definitely have in-flight entertainment at that point. So Lord knows you're not even talking. You're just watching the effing movie.
Yep.
Exactly.
Get out of here with your needing to sit together.
Like there was no medical reason for them to be together. Like, I don't know. I mean, that was very nice of you, Randy. And I don't think you would have been the asshole either way, but
definitely
you're
not.
a nice person. So yeah.
But they put him in a weird position though, because it's like I can understand the feeling of like if I say no, everyone's gonna think I'm an asshole, even though it's not true. Like I can understand that sort of like social pressure to be like, ugh, but like because they shouldn't have asked.
Exactly, and I feel like people that ask that question like inherently know that in the back of their mind that they're sort of forcing you to feel like you have to say yes.
Yeah.
And it's not okay. It's not a nice thing to do to your fellow travelers.
Good Lord. Especially when you just got off a 13-hour flight. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You have good karma.
Yes.
Moving forward.
Here's hoping. I hope you find like a $50 bill on the ground and like I hope this karma comes back to you in like really, really wonderful ways.
Yes.
Agreed. Thank you, Randy. Write in more often. And I would love to hear about your trip from New Zealand. I want to go to New Zealand someday.
So badly.
Totally.
Yes. Okay, and then I guess we will finish up with an email from Matt.
All right. Suppose it is my turn. Melanie Griffith's family and their weird wildlife movie. I am here for this title. Hey, broads. So remember when I teased the story of Melanie Griffith's family getting involved in some Tiger King-esque shit in the 70s? I do not.
Oh, vaguely during that era.
But
yeah,
about to find out.
Here we go.
Well, here it is. Click as I buckle my seatbelt. Griffith's mom, Tippi Hedren, right? Hedren? Is that how you say that name?
Hedren.
Tippi
Hedren.
That's a word. That's a name. The more times you say it, the less sense it makes.
Tippi Hedren.
Tippi Hedren was filming a movie in Mozambique when she noticed some lions.
Which is a word you had no trouble with.
Well, because that one I knew. I knew that word. I'm shockingly good at my African geography, guys. Really.
I believe it.
Anyway. In Mozambique, when she noticed some lions squatting in an abandoned house as a result of poaching. Oh, that's sad. Which inspired her and her husband to make a movie and raise awareness. And adopt a few of these wild animals and have them live in their home in Los Angeles.
Oh my God.
That's what does.
Oh my God.
I don't think that's not better than poaching. I mean, you're letting them live, but you're taking them from their natural environment.
Exactly.
Yeah, still not great.
Jesus.
There apparently were plans to make a series of films about nature preservation, but there was a bumpy, to say the least, road in getting the film titled Roar made. Originally titled Lions, and then later Lions, and more lions. This is for real. The film's production lasted 11 years and around 150 big cats were used. Oh my God, this is terrible.
And ironically, it's about wildlife preservation.
Yeah, seriously. Somehow they lost the thread.
Did they keep them all in their home in LA?
Yeah, seriously. They had to buy a second home.
Lions,
and more lions. As you can probably expect, with a lot of untrained animals, attacks were common.
Oh, good God!
No. They estimate of the 140-member crew, at least 70 people were injured, including Hedren, including Hedren and Griffith. Oh my God. Hedron was bitten in the head by a lion. Oh my God, to the point where its teeth scraped her skull. Jesus. Griffith was mauled and almost lost an eye. She would later quit the production. I wonder why. Cinematographer / editor Jan de Bon.
Sure. I like
don't know.
it.
It seems French somehow.
Jan de Bon, like Jan Moss.
You know what? If you're all curious, look it up. Who would later direct Twister and Speed? Google those movies, see how it's spelled, and you tell me how to pronounce that. Was scalped by a lion, requiring 220 stitches.
Holy
Oh my
fuck.
God.
This is insane. Many attacks wind up in the final film, so much so that there was a compilation on YouTube for just the attacks featured in the movie. Or you can just watch the whole movie there since someone uploaded it and no one seems to care. Ultimately, the film was a huge bomb. Oh my God! Not even releasing in North America and making globally $2 million on a $17 million budget.
Oof.
However, the story behind this insane film grew over time and gained a cult following. Hedron was forced to relocate the animals in her home. Whatever. That crazy lady who got bit in the head by a lion was forced to relocate the animals in her home, and she started a wildlife preserve that exists to this day.
Those poor lions.
Oh my God. This is a brief summary because there are so many more insane stories about this movie. To be honest, I've never seen it because of the actual maulings, but I will read anything that I can find about Matt. Oh my God, Matt. I cannot.
Okay, well,
I cannot.
The moral of the story is leave lions in the wild.
Just leave. Leave them alone.
I
Let lions
googled
be
Tippi.
lions.
I googled Tippi Hedren lions, and while there's no mauling pictures, I can absolutely see how they would have gotten. Like, there's one picture of a lion going to bite somebody's leg, but other than that, they're all like hugging and sleeping together and like spitting water at the lion in the pool and resting on the lion. Like, these pictures are fucking nuts. I don't understand. I don't. Lions sleeping in the kitchen, lions reaching into the fridge, a lion in the fucking bed with her.
No.
It is no wonder Melanie Griffith is so fucked up. I'm gonna send you guys this link because none of the pictures are bad. Like, there's no mauling pictures.
Yeah, no, I'm looking it up too. This is wild.
This is so fucking insane.
Long before Tiger King, there was. Oh my God.
In 2020, Dakota Johnson revealed that her 90-year-old grandmother still has 13 or 14 lions and tigers.
Oh my God.
This is insane. This is insane. I'll let you guys, anybody that I'm not putting this link in the show notes. I'll let anybody that wants to Google it can look it up on their own. But holy crap.
Oh my fucking.
This is really not okay.
This is so
really not okay.
Okay. Woo! Thank you, Matt. What a crazy episode we had, guys.
Indeed.
Wow.
We learned what an Eiffel Tower was.
Some of us
in the
knew.
sex way. Oh, you already knew. I did
in
not.
like an asshole out like a lion.
Oh damn.
Oh,
okay, I need to stop looking at this. That's insane.
Yeah, I can't. You just
Absolutely
can't
insane.
unsee that shenanigans.
Shenanigans. That is actual chaos as well.
This
God.
is why people millionaires shouldn't exist. People shouldn't have too much money.
No. Yeah.
Because they just don't do good things with it.
This is why the planet is justifiably killing us all.
Yeah, seriously.
It's like, I'm just Team Lion.
Stop being an asshole.
Exactly. She's the asshole.
Right?
Holy shit. Well, all right. Yeah, I'm trying to think. What can we call this episode? I thought it was just going to be like something involving chaos before, but now in like a nightfall, out like a lion. Because I like that. I like that theme. I like where you're going with that.
Yeah.
In like a limo, out like a lion. We'll figure it out. Maybe. I don't know. Or I might just get so tired of thinking that. Oh my god. I was gonna make a low-hanging fruit joke, but low-hanging scalp joke.
Too soon.
Okay. On that note, everyone, thank you for playing. Woo, I don't know where to go with that. Okay, thanks everybody for listening. Have a wonderful next week. Be on the lookout for the bloopers. And yeah, send us your feedback. Send us all of the feedback. We need some feedback. Okay. The broadcasters3@gmail.com. Give us a call 331-276-2373. You can drop it in any of the Facebook groups. You know, we're there too. Or on Instagram. Which, if you're not following us on Instagram, the Broadcast 3 is their Instagram, correct? Is that it?
Yes.
Or is it the Broadcasters 3?
It's the Broadcasters 3.
You are correct. It is the Broadcasters 3. Yeah. Give us a follow. All right. Yeah. On that note, everyone, thank you, though. Thanks to the patrons, especially the ones that contribute to a certain level, and that would be Eckhart, Rickner, Maggie Magnificent, Joanne with the Plan, Ed, the Creepy Poopy Head Million. Thanks, guys, so much. If you'd like to become a patron, you can go to patreon.com/JNJack and check it out. All right. That's where we end our story. Amanda, good luck with the potty training.
Thank you.
Good luck planning your next adventure.
Thank you.
All right. On that note, everyone, my name is Colleen.
My name is Amanda.
And I'm Shandy.
Peace out, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.